Welcome to the best city in the world, New York City. My name is saradietschy, rhymes with Peachy, and in this video we'll explore, is it the best city? Is it worth the cost of living? Because I recently uploaded a apartment tour. I told you guys that I'm paying $3,500 a month to live in Midtown Manhattan, and there were some reactions. So I'm gonna go through some comments, but also just show you some day in the life of this past week in New York, because it's exciting.
It's definitely the most expensive city in the United States.
Or the housing market in New York has been so tight.
You have 3 and 4 and 5 roommates at a time because the rents are so high.
Anybody who's not from New York doesn't necessarily understand how crazy it is here, how expensive it is.
Have y'all thought about buying an apartment? Not sure what that would entail, but it might be a better long-term option financially. Or maybe buying a home nearby an Airbnb out when you aren't there. I've actually read a lot of real estate books. I find it very fascinating. I watch Ryan Serhant videos and I'm like, oh, what it would be like to own something or rent something out. But the laws are complicated in New York. You can't just go buy an apartment and automatically rent it out and live somewhere else. So the rules with Airbnb in New York City is it has to be your primary form of residence. It would be a great idea if I could just buy a New York City apartment, rent it out as an Airbnb. I would probably make so much money, but then that makes apartments that people can live in turn into hotels, and that's where you run into the housing crisis thing. That would just make housing, even more expensive. I think I've stressed enough how difficult it is to rent here to prove that you make 40 times your monthly rent and your annual salary. You have to submit bank statements, credit scores, everything. You have to give them your first child. Sometimes, just sometimes. But oh, buying here, let's go see what we can get in New York City. One bedroom for 1.5 in my neighborhood. I'll take 2. Frick! I'm from Wyoming. You can rent a 2,000 square feet, 3-bedroom house with a 3-car garage and 10 acres with livestock including for freaking $3,500 a month. Dang, oh my God. Guess I need to move to Wyoming. I definitely want to own cows. That sounds fun and definitely something in my expertise. I am not afraid of cows. Oh my God. I am terrified right now. You move to a city where your industry hopefully thrives, right? So this is my first part of thing. For work, wherever you move somewhere more expensive, whether it's LA, whether it's New York City, Chicago, the main city hubs, hopefully if you're doing something entrepreneurial, businessy, creative, when you're moving to these hubs, if you've had already a couple jobs there, you will get more jobs. Even if you have a 9-to-5, typically the salaries are going to be higher over here, more just opportunities. For me as a tech human, there are so many events here, there's so much to cover, and just the everyday life here in New York City is so hustle and bustle. It's so fun to capture on video, and there's a lot of creative people here that help me do what I do. So this is Chelsea Market. It's in Chelsea, a lot of shops, a lot of things. Upstairs are the Google offices, but within Chelsea Market, so within Chelsea Market, there is a super secret entrance for the YouTube space. This is where YouTubers can come and film all the things. And today, I'm moderating a panel with Simplecast. That's what I use to distribute my podcast. And we're gonna talk about the business behind podcasting. It's gonna be exciting. Once I kind of took a step back and I was being in rooms with people, CEOs, YouTubers, artists that before I wouldn't be having this really meaningful hour-long conversation with, that's when my mind was like, oh, podcasting is so much more than another revenue stream, another business vertical, which it is, and we'll get into that. But it's so valuable because you're having these conversations with people, if it's rooted in an interview, that you really wouldn't have before. So I've found tremendous value outside of the obvious points. So you gotta think, if Sarah, the tech and creativity YouTuber, was out in Wyoming, would you guys find vlogging my cows interesting? Would there be any Sony, Apple, or Samsung events out in Wyoming? So my point is, if you're a hustler, if you're doing your thing and you wanna move to a city where the industry is, you usually you can pick up the extra $1,000 in rent that you need by working the jobs that would be in those cities that aren't otherwise maybe in the suburbs. Location, 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 right? I'm gonna do a quick pause and then we'll get into more questions. You know the company LaCie, you know, they make the orange hard drives and many more stuff. So they actually partnered up with me to make contests and produce content around 12 contests this year, which is such a win-win situation because you guys are creative, beautiful filmmaker types who, hey, might like free gear, yeah? Well, these LaCie collective contests have officially started, and my dear friend Ani Akopian is the first filmmaker who is throwing a flat lay challenge contest where you make a cool flat lay video for Instagram, you submit it to collective, and you have the chance to win literally $10,000 worth of prizes. And these are gonna be every single month, so I'll just make sure to like, hey, peek in every now and then, remind you of it, hone your filmmaking skills, maybe win all of those amazing prizes. And hey, we'll learn along together with each other. Check out that link in the description below. Okay, more New York. I love this. There's a lot of comments of like comparing, right? Oh my gosh, in this place or this place, you could get this. But the point is, it's not New York City. It doesn't have the industry, it doesn't have the lifestyle. It's a very active lifestyle. I don't have time to work out. So just walking to lunch, walking to the subway, hopping on my boost board, hopping on my moped, it's an active lifestyle. I enjoy it. It keeps me not chubby. Is that okay to say? Beautiful Saturday. I hit up my homie Jeremy and was like, yo, let's take out the Tomos. We haven't been riding them during the winter, so we probably got to get them checked up. I met him on the other side of the Williamsburg Bridge, and that's where we met Jeremy's friend who wanted to hop on the moped. God bless him. Jeremy, what happened?
I bumped into my friend. I let him ride the moped for a second. I'm like, yeah, just take it for a ride around the block.
So he just went straight into the city bikes and
Thank
completely wrecked your toe.
Yeah.
Thank goodness he's okay. Oh my God. Completely wrecked his hand.
That's not good.
And the bike. I am so sorry that happened. Rest in peace, your hand. So that led us having to go to second stroke mopeds, fix stuff up. Jeremy had to get his bike fixed up since it was kind of hurt. There were pieces that fell off. Hold on. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm dying. I'm dying.
Terrible.
Okay. All right.
Well, just in time. We're almost there.
We're almost there.
The city is popping today. Everyone's outside. I love it. And hook a left here. Just the light.
What is this?
We found a secret spot.
Oh my God. Look at this.
No. Good to go.
I can't tell you how much joy I have by just going out and being in the city, and then that's multiplied by being on some type of whether it's again my moped or an electric skateboard. So I hope you enjoyed this video about New York City. Again, I have so many New York City vibey videos. They are linked in the description below if you just want to peek inside of this New York City. city scene. I truly love it right now, and it's so hard to get here. So if you have the dream of living here, it's hard to get here, but once you're here, I think it's so worth it, at least for a small part of your life. If you can secure an apartment in the New York City area, Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan, wherever, instant respect, because it is so hard. So it'll help if you have filthy rich parents who can be your guarantors. So congratulations if you have rich parents. If not, you might have to live in some rat-filled apartments for a couple years. Oh my God, I'm so glad it got out, guys. Anyways, let me know if you like this video and leave a comment down below. Do you still hate New York? That's okay, but what do you like about New York? What do you don't like? Maybe come visit me, say hi. Hit that subscribe button for new videos every single week, and until next time, guys, stay peachy, okay, bye. This apartment would not be all that much less in Montreal, and would actually be a bit more in Toronto and LA, and much more in San Francisco. I find the comments odd. I guess real estate nowhere USA is really cheap and huge. Robert Ruffo, you hammered the nail on the head. That's the saying, right? Bam! Nail hammered.